Today on the channel, we've got one of the nameless, faceless legions of Cobra Command. We're looking at the Retro Card Cobra Trooper on the way I got it figured.
The way I got it figured.
What's up, figure fans? Way I got it figured, back with another G.I.Joe Classified Series review. This time we're looking at the Retro Card Cobra Trooper. I got this figure from a local comic book store. My buddy Phil over at Crossfire Collectibles grabbed one. They had one left, so he just sort of made an executive decision, picked up one for me, and I'm going to review it on the channel here, as you can see. And this is definitely one of the more anticipated G.I.Joe Classified Series releases, I would say, in terms of the retro card figures. Definitely one of the ones that I wanted. Probably only exceeded really by Cobra Commander. We'll get around to him a little bit later. For now, we're gonna go with this guy, one of the Cobra Troopers. And you know, I was interested in how close they would get to the original figure and how the look and feel of it, you know, obviously knowing it's going to be classified. And just looking at it from the package, it looks pretty good, but we're not going to look at it from the package. We're going to get it out, open it up, talk about it, get you some final thoughts. Starting with the package, we've got the awesome original inspired artwork, but the figure has been updated. The drawing has been updated to reflect the new realities of G.I.Joe, and that's pretty cool. It's got this sniper rifle here. It's not a Dragunov, which used to be a big draw for this figure back in the day when I was a kid, that he had a Dragunov sniper rifle. It was pretty cool, pretty badass gun. You got your blister with the Cobra Trooper readily visible in his accessories, which we'll get into and I'll identify here, but it looks good on the packaging. Cobra enemy there, of course. And on the back, you got your cross cell, good old mirror mug, Cobra Commander, toy deco stalker, and of course the Cobra Trooper. And you've got your multi-stage, multilingual file card here. If you want to read it, you can go ahead and read that, but it's just a super abbreviated version of the original. That's it. That's going to do it for the packaging. We're going to get this guy out. Check him out. Let's see what we can see. Alright, so we've got our Cobra Trooper out of the packaging with all the accessories arrayed as we normally do. And he comes with a nice mix of accessories from different figures, different sets. And I'm going to get all into that. But the first thing we're going to do is take a look at, well, we're going to take a look at the accessories first. So, well, no. First thing we're going to do is take a look at the figure, because the accessories sort of start there. So, just the base figure, the Cobra Trooper mold, which I still feel is long in the tooth. And I haven't seen anything different. He's got the same janky-ish kind of leg thing going on that the other Cobra Troopers have been having. They keep going back to this mold. I wish they would stop using it, but they are straight up using it. So what I mean by that is, you see he's kind of have like bow legs, and I really think that's a mold degradation issue. As you can see, he's got the pins in his legs. pins in his arms. And not that pins are a problem, but just so that you know that there's not any new parts on this figure. It's a straight up re-release of a figure we've gotten several times. And it's been around since like number 21 or 22 of G.I. Joe Classified series. So what they did to make this figure have the correct look of the original Cobra Trooper, or even earlier than that, just Cobra, they gave him the deep blue that figure had back in 1982, 83. So the blue is like deeper than the original classified version of the figure. And then to simulate that Cobra look, they gave him the web gear of Stalker, Snake Eyes, whoever, you know, the guys that got the web gear. They gave him that web gear to create that look. But they didn't just give him that. They also gave him the holster and knife of Stalker once again. So he's sharing a lot of parts with Stalker from the accessory standpoint. Now, why is that important? Oh, and of course you get the rank pauldron from the original Cobra Island Trooper. Infantry, Cobra Infantry. Then you get this pistol, and the pistol comes with Stalker as well. So it's probably just sort of gang molded with this stuff, which is fine. I think they had a better pistol option, but I'll get into that in a minute. Of course, the silencer comes off. It's the same pistol and extended barrel, I guess, that Stalker and Snake Eyes have. Then you get the combat knife, and that of course also comes from Stalker. Then you get the sort of semi-classic cartoon Cobra weapon that looks kind of like a grease gun, but it's not. So you get that. This originally came with the Valkyries and with the Snow Serpent, a couple other guys, I guess. So they gave them that. And then to simulate the look of the toy the best they could without getting an actual dragon off, they gave him this, which is Spirit's rifle. And therein lies where I thought that they could have given them a better pistol option, because Spirit comes with a, in my opinion, superior M1911 without an extended mag. I like that pistol better. So it would have probably been nice to give them the matching weapons here rather than use the Stalker stuff, but that's what they did. So that's what we got to deal with. And then of course you do have the helmet from the original Cobra Infantry. So we're gonna go ahead and pop that on. It looks pretty cool. And they gave this guy like blonde eyebrows, which does have, it's a nice touch. I like that. I don't think we have another guy that looks exactly like this, so they don't all look the same on the shelf. There's a knife in here. Holster his sidearm. Having a little difficulty getting the extended barrel in there. There we go. If I was still army building, then I would probably get maybe 3 of these. And then you would, maybe I'd have one rocking the OG cartoon Cobra Blaster, which hilariously, even though they do it like this, that weapon was actually a shortened version of the gun that came with the Baroness. So the Baroness in 1984 had a long rifle, and it had a stock, but the gun that was on the cartoon was pretty much that gun. Was definitely emulating that gun, except it didn't have a stock. So, you could have, a couple running around with this on guard duty or something. The guys in the base probably would have this weapon. But I really think that to really encapsulate the look, we gotta have him carrying his rifle, battlefield weapon. Fingers are nice and tight. They're not all gummy or rubbery or anything, so that's kind of nice. I like that. But I want to have them sort of approximating the pose from the box. That looks pretty good. See if we can get him to stand on the stand like that. I generally don't use the figure stands, but for that, we certainly can rock that for a minute. So yeah, I say he gets the job done. He's sufficient for a figure that they've used the mold at least 5 times now. It's definitely, if it's the last use of the mold, then they did a good job. If this is how it's going to go out, and I hope this is how it's going to go out, then it's not bad. His knee doesn't want to engage, but I'm not gonna fight with it. So there you go. It's not a whole lot to tell. I've reviewed this figure a few times on the channel already, so I think I think we can just go ahead and move on to final thoughts. Final thoughts on G.I.Joe Classified Series Retro Card Cobra Trooper. Yeah, I like this figure. I'm happy with it. You know, I don't army build anymore. And I know I've said that the figure's kind of long in the tooth in the mold and everything, but he stands up nice. He doesn't seem to be non-functional. And if I was going to army build these guys, these are probably the ones I would want to army build. So it only took, I don't know, 3 years to get to that point. Whereas the ones, you know, the earlier ones with the battle armor, the body armor and stuff can kind of be like, you know, special purpose troopers, whereas this is like what they would just normally wear. So I like this figure. For, you know, for what it is. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a rank of, I'm going to give it an 8. I think I'm going to give it an 8. I'm not going to give it a 9. It's a super used mold at this point. But the overall package and how they kind of made it work, made it look as, you know, close to old school as they could without actually giving you a Dragunov sniper rifle, which I would have preferred, but, you know, I get it. I definitely think it's worthy to have, and I can't wait to get the other guys out and reviewed, and we'll try and get around to that as soon as possible, but I think an 8 will work. All right, that's going to do it for this one. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking with me. I know I've been absent a little while. I haven't really been putting up videos. I kind of wanted to take a break. I had made videos for 2 years straight, plus over 2 years straight with no break. And my finances have sort of given me pause to take a break. You know, we all have things going on in our lives, of course, but I had to buy a second car, and so it takes up most of my disposable income, and there's a plan to pay that car off pretty quickly and alleviate it. But for now, you know, I'm kind of on a reduced schedule, so to speak, just to sort of let you know. But my passion for still, you know, doing videos and everything, nothing's really changed with that. Just felt like I needed a break, get a, you know, sometimes you got to take a rest. But we're back, and we're going to be pumping out some content here. So until next time, everybody stay safe. See you on the next video. Holla.
The way I got it figured.